I'm so excited to be here with Ren, who is one of our amazing clients. And Ren and I have been working together for the past few years. And I wanted to bring her on here because she is like the best person to talk to when it comes to one, creating experiences for clients, and two, like the journey and the evolution that she's been through around raising her standards for herself and her business and her clients, and really how as a photographer she has carved a completely different path than most. And I know that you're going to benefit if you're working on any of those things: carving your own path, raising your prices, creating amazing experiences for your clients, and maybe even just how to navigate choosing a different path for yourself. So hey Ren, I'm so happy to have you.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
So why don't you take a second, and for those who don't know you and who want to give you a follow, why don't you just tell us a little bit about you and your business?
Okay, my name is Ren Lenhoff, and I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I started my business in 2010. I started shooting weddings in 2005 when I was a senior in high school, and then up until I started my business, I was kind of just interning and working with different photographers. And then when I graduated college, I started my business. And now I focus mostly on lifestyle family photography, and I also have been getting really into doing commercial work with local businesses around Milwaukee. And right now I'm in my studio, which has been super fun that I got this space 5 years ago. And I was just telling Nicole earlier today that once I get the floor painted white, it will literally be my dream space that I am pretty sure I manifested when I was in high school. So, yeah.
So amazing. And one of the things that if you're watching, and let us know in the chat if this is you, people who work with me, and my favorite people to work with are usually people who are walking a different path than most people. And what I've noticed is for most of us who walk a different path, it used to be something maybe that we were criticized for, or that other people didn't get. And maybe you were even kind of singled out as the person who was doing things differently. But you realize now, like, that's our greatest gift, and that can be your greatest gift in clients with our business and to share with our clients. So I would love to hear just really how you have carved your own path, because most photographers do what is, especially wedding photographers, is they're on the road all the time. They go place to place. They burn themselves out. And I know that's where you used to be. So would you share a little bit around like where you used to be and where you are now, and what it took to, obviously we don't have enough time to share everything you've done, but maybe the key pieces to how you stopped working so much and started enjoying life and business again?
Yeah. So to kind of give a backstory, there was one point in my career where we photographed, I think it was 43 weddings. Kayla was here. I think that's how many.
I thought it was like 56.
Oh, 56. Okay. 56 weddings was the most we shot in 1 year. And I was doing those with my husband, Caleb, and then during the week, I was still doing family sessions. And when you are working so much, yes, that brings you so much joy, and it does bring me so much joy, but I also realized that I needed to carve out time for myself. And working with Nicole over the past 3+ years, I've learned that to put myself in front of my business, because my business is, yes, my business is me, but my business isn't all of me. And I've started playing hockey a lot more. I've really stuck to a schedule where I'm not shooting on Mondays and Fridays, so I have solid time to edit and then also do the things that I love. And I would say that even though I am looking back and thinking about, oh man, like I wish I would have gone out more, I wish I would have made more time for friends and family, but I think all this work that I put in, I did it for a reason, and I'm able to be where I am now and really appreciate the time that I have now with family and friends, and really make that a priority. And it really means so much more to me when I am saying no to work and saying yes to the things that bring me joy other than my career.
Yeah, and when you, because I know that was a transition, and for all of you, if you're watching and maybe you're in the work more phase of your business, it's okay. Obviously, it's okay. And that, yeah, that quote that Candace just put down there, it's like my business is partying, but it's not all of me. How did you make that transition? And we talked about this. Ren and Dan and Caleb and I got to hang out for 2 days, and we did a whole 2 day VIP business mapping session last week. And this is something we really stood by when you said, okay, well, Mondays and Fridays are mapped out, they're blocked off. I'm not going to be shooting those days. You stuck to those boundaries. So for people who are watching, maybe they're in the business is all of me right now phase. How did you start to back out of that?
So I kind of started doing this exercise with myself when, so we all, like in business, we're supposed to have an elevator pitch where it's like, the really quick, you need to just say when someone says, hi, what's your name? What do you do? And I always used to say, hi, I'm Ren and I'm a photographer. And then that would be it. And then they would say, okay, so what do you photograph? And I would get into it. But now I've made it a rule that when people ask me what I do, I'm like, hi, my name's Ren. I have a husband. I have 2 dogs, 150 plus houseplants, and I love to play hockey as much as possible. Also, I'm a photographer. And sometimes I don't even say I'm a photographer. I made it like really clear that my business used to be all of me. And I used to, when I was listening, I think we talked about like James Wedmore, he was saying that like it's also like kind of narcissistic of you to have your business do all the things for you. Like my business was supposed to make me happy, it was supposed to make me money, it was supposed to pay for my housing, my food, everything. My business was supposed to make me friends. Like I had so much pressure on what my business was supposed to do for me, and that was totally wrong. Like hockey makes me happy, and so I really just made it a point that when people would ask me what I do and when I would feel good about the things that I've done, I wasn't going to not at all even say anything about my business, because I had to become more of me and appreciate who I was.
Oh my gosh, so freaking important. I think this was the episode where I was on Mind Your Business podcast and James and I were talking about this, because if you considered your business a human, right? Or if you considered your business and you just superimpose like your partner or your friend and put your business into place, would you expect your business to give you and provide for you all of those things? You would quickly realize that it's not healthy to have your business provide you that. So when you realize that, when that light bulb went off for you and you were like, oh my gosh, I can't rely on my business for all of those things, what was like one of the first things you did to start to establish a healthier relationship with your business again?
So I started really signing up for as much hockey as possible. And so that had me playing 6 to 7 a.m. on Tuesdays, 7 to 8 a.m. on Wednesdays, and then Fridays from 3 to 4, and then our Sunday games. And just making sure, and when you're out, playing, you have to get up, get ready, eat, and then get on the ice. And then after the ice, you treat yourself to Starbucks or whatever, and then you have to shower or go to the sauna and relax and then stretch and then start work. So this is like, not only was I just carving out the time on the ice, but I was carving out the time to get on the ice and then all the time that it took after hockey. So, and really making that a priority for myself was super easy because I love it so much. And that meant I wasn't getting up at 7 or 8 and immediately working all day. It meant that I was creating that time for me. And then I quickly realized, okay, I was able to do all this time and get all my work done. And I feel like looking back, maybe, yes, I was doing a lot of hard work, but I was also filling my schedule with worrying and a lot of busy work that wasn't actually necessary. And I was trying to do all these things, and with social media and stuff, it's so easy to get like attached to, oh, this is working for my business. But then I also Kayla created the Excel sheet. And then from Nicole's advice, we were writing down, the dates that you were working on your business, how you were marketing it, and then what was happening. And I quickly realized that me posting on LinkedIn is not doing anything for me. So why am I even doing that? Or like Pinterest for the photography business isn't doing anything. So why am I wasting time doing that? But, the keyword research, that's actually doing something. Going on Instagram, that's doing something. Sending out emails, that's doing something. So I quickly found out what actually needed to be done, both for my business and for me, and that was it.
That was it. Just that. Just
Yeah.
that. What Ren is talking about really, and this is something we really work on a lot inside of Elevate, is finding out, looking at every single thing that you are doing and seeing what is tied to revenue, what's tied to busy work, what's tied to procrastination. Because even notice, Ren even said, I was spending a lot of time worrying and doing things that weren't leading to revenue. So I love that you brought that up. So for those of you who are watching, figure out, look at everything, like take a real hard look at every single task you're doing and ask, is this leading to revenue or is it not? And be willing to let go of the things that aren't leading to revenue. So that is an awesome place. That's a great place to start. Now, I know some people might be asking, well, Ren, you're working. It sounds like you're working like significantly less. Is your revenue taking a hit from that?
So the good news is no, it's not. And that has, it's still such a wild thing that happens when I get these payments because I'm still working with my same clients. I raised my prices a little bit and now I'm getting more clients. Like I'm meeting new people, I'm meeting new clients, I'm getting exposed to new kinds of work. Especially in the commercial industry. And it's been so amazing because these clients are respecting me being able to take off weekends and are respecting me being able to take off Mondays and Fridays. And they're more than happy to work with me in the times that I'm giving them. And that has been so amazing. And I'm just so happy that my clients respect me and respect my time. And when Caleb and I have been traveling a lot this year, whether it's for work, but then we always have been, taking a couple of extra days to, play and hang out and explore. And then we've also been taking a lot of personal vacations. The best emails have been feeling really good because people are starting them with, hey, I know you're on vacation, so no rush to get back to me, but I would love, to book a session. Or they're sending me text messages like, hey, looks like your vacation's going amazing. Like, I'm so happy for you. Because I know a lot of people were like, they're like, oh my gosh, Ren, how are you doing? You're always so busy. And that was that. Like I was really, really busy and I still am, but I'm busy as I should be. And I'm also busy like living my life too.
So yeah, wow, that's really profound, and I hope everyone is really hearing that because what Ren is saying, she's not shooting 56 weddings a year anymore. She's playing hockey and actually living her life, not just living her business. And the other thing, which I'm really glad, because the objections that I know I hear were, okay, well, you're working less, so you must be making less. No, actually, I've been able to raise my prices. And the other thing that I wonder if you could speak to is the client thing. So our clients not respecting your boundaries and saying like, Ren, how dare you? Because I know this is something that you did worry about at the start, like, Ren, how dare you work less and beyond vacation or play hockey? So can you share the experience a little bit for those who may be saying, well, but I can't do that because my clients.
Yeah, so I was really nervous about it, but then I thought about the things that I spend money on, and I thought about like who's the business and the mastermind behind that, and then I was thinking, okay, the quality that comes with it and the time and the passion and the energy and also the relationship I have. So I don't have a relationship with Golden Goose, but I really love Golden Goose shoes. But what I do love is they are handmade. They are by real artists. And I just feel like that's an individual piece, and they do, like shoe launches. And I just feel like when you have a piece of something that you care about, and then you buy it, you're willing to spend the money for that. And I also so that was, something for me, myself, and my life. But working in photography, I really know the value of images. I know that images can, even before everything went digital, like my mom would print, all the photos. And then even when they did go digital, she would print all the photos. And we have like albums, and they're in those big binders, and she prints out all the 4x6s, and every Christmas, literally, I pull them out and I go through like all of them, and like 1991, 1992, 1993, like all of these things, and I love like asking, oh, who's this? Or I love making fun of my sister and I because we had terrible style, like, or maybe we'll just call it unique style. I don't know, but it's really like you can't not feel happy when you're looking through that. Or even like with the grieving process, like with my grandpa, like looking through photos of the places we went together and like the postcards he sent me, like that was so important, and I'm so happy I have those. So I really think that me leaning into understanding the value that I give people and the value of my product, and also my artistic ability and creativity and like my education that I've put into learning how to speak to people, how to pose to people, how to work my camera, how to adjust light, how to create light. Like I just really have found and believe in the value of my product and bringing joy to people.
For if anyone is listening who is like, wow, that's really amazing, and how do I see that value in myself and in what I do? Is there anything you can share that really helped you shift to see and own the amazingness of what you do?
So I think when you buy, so I don't know where I read this, but I believe like when you're thinking about your brand, when you're trying to create the people that in your brain, when you're trying to imagine the people that would benefit from your service, sometimes they have a lot in common with you, and the emotion and the amount of like emotion and like how much I care about photography. I think that the people that I attract really care about photography too. So when I'm writing my posts and when I'm creating my website and I'm like really promoting like the brand of Studio 29, I'm writing it for myself because myself is the people that I'm serving. So I think think about why what you do really matters to you, and you'll pretty sure that will also be what matters to other people that are going to buy it from you.
Yeah, and I know something that's really important for you is to create a great experience for your clients. And honestly, I think that's something in 2022 that is incredibly important. I think people will invest and spend more money right away and long term with people who are creating experiences. I think it's something that is so important and something that greatly differentiates you in the marketplace when you are willing to create an experience for people. And that's what we strive to do inside Elevate, and why we don't believe in just cookie cutter programs either. So would you share a little bit around like how you have crafted, and you're in your studio right now where you create experiences for your clients. So how do you do that, and why do you think it's important for people to create experiences for their clients?
So I kind of joke with Caleb that in shooting weddings is how we have friends, and doing all my family sessions is how we have friends and how we have met people. And it really is true, because a lot of our clients are the people that we play hockey with, and we're on a bowling league with, and we do taco nights with. And when people come into my studio, I am very open, like, hi, I'm so happy to see you, because I am excited. I'm excited to get to work. I'm excited to see what outfits they brought. I'm excited to see what milestones their kids have hit since the last time I saw them. I know after a lot of photos, sometimes your cheeks hurt because you've been smiling so much. My cheeks hurt after every single shoot because I'm literally smiling so much and oohing and ahhing because the kids are so adorable, or the dogs are so fluffy and cute, and everything is just so fun. And I really like to emphasize, and I put if you could just see me and have little exclamation marks all over me, that's how I am. I'm just so happy. And I also really like listening to my clients, because I really, one of my love languages, I think my top one, is time spent. And I also think getting heard and listening to is a really big one. And I really love listening to my clients. I love, hearing what's new with them. I love not only celebrating things that are going well in their life, but if they want to talk about anything that's they're struggling with, I'm more than happy to help them with that. I just think that making people feel comfortable with me doesn't just come from my ability to take good photos and know how to pose them, but actually listen to them and capture who they are as a person and how their family dynamics is, and their interactions with their kids. And yeah, so I'm not only like good at like letting people talk to me and tell me like just word vomit all over me. I love it. Tell me all the things. And then I also really like, I always tell people we're like a little puppy that's just following you around, just because I like watching and I like observing, and then I'll give you all the love.
So basically what you're saying is making your clients feel seen and heard is super important. And that's also what creates the long-term relationship. That's why they keep coming back.
Yeah, and I am so happy that they do, because I like miss my clients, especially, you know, during the time in 2020 when we weren't allowed to like be in person with people. Like that was really hard for me. Like I really, really missed it.
So if people are just hopping on or you're listening to this on the Shift Show podcast, you've heard Ren share before you were overworking, you were tired, you were exhausted, your business was everything, and you weren't charging as much money. If people are in the same boat and they do want to make this shift towards working less, finding a life outside your business, and still being able to have great relationships and a great business, then I would love to hear, like, what do you think is the first step for them, and what advice would you give them so they actually like get off this live and go take that first step?
I think what you should do is maybe make a list of all the things that you love to do outside of your business and all the things that you really love to do in your business, and circle or put a star or highlight in a certain color which things are a non-negotiable for you, and then what things in your business that you actually love to do and you don't want to get rid of, and maybe the ones that you're not so sure about or feel icky to you or you don't really like. I would recommend either outsourcing for that, or maybe getting some help to implement some systems that can take away that pressure or that stress from you.
Yeah, and that's actually kind of what we did last week for you too.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, where can people find you, especially if they are in your area? Tell them where you are and let them know how to connect with you.
Okay, I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but I do travel a lot. I just traveled to New York to see Nicole, and then this week I was in Denver for a photo shoot. I love traveling, so I'll go wherever, but my main focus is southeastern Wisconsin and the surrounding areas, and also Chicago. I'm in there a lot, and you can find me on my Instagram at studio29photography.com. If you like houseplants and dogs, you could follow my more personal account, which is at house_fur. My website is www.photo-29.com, and the photo is spelled with an F, F-O-T-O. And you can join my email list that I just set up yesterday. So, yeah.
Awesome. And my last question for you is, if someone is watching this and they're considering working with us inside of Elevate, I would love to hear, like, could you share a little bit about your experience and one reason why they should say yes?
There's so many things that you've helped me with. I would say if you want a space that you can feel comfortable and open and loved and supported and heard, this Nicole and Dan will do that just for you.
Oh, thank you, Ren. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This was so fun. It's been amazing, seriously, to watch your evolution over the last few years, and the fact that you have more freedom, are making more money, are playing hockey, and just really joyful in what you're doing has been like such a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. This was so much fun.
All right. So you'll be able to listen to this on the Shift Show. If you're on the Shift Show listening, then we're so happy you're here, and thanks for listening. All right, bye everyone.